This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Hey, good surprise. Surprise, everyone. We have a new head coach in Chicago. Breaking news that you're going to get right now from Huddle Sports and Halas Hall Report. We have a new coach in Chicago. Ben Johnson is being hired as the next coach of the Chicago Bears. So this is breaking. So we decided to do a quick live. Let me make one more share here. To make sure everyone gets it. But we have a new coach in Chicago. So I already know one guy who's going to be very, very upset. And there he is. Broski with the Moski. Broski, the second I saw the news that we're hiring Ben Johnson, I immediately thought, I know one guy who's not going to be happy. And that was you. But the Bears do have a new head coach. Ben Johnson has been hired as the next head coach of the Chicago Bears. Didn't take them long. They lose the game on Saturday. Today being Monday, they had their interview with Eddie George to secure the Rooney Rule. After that interview, Ben Johnson is hired. But he would be okay with Dallas. Is that who they announced as the DC, Broski? Have there been any announcements? I have not seen yet. The only thing I saw was the announcement of the hiring of Ben Johnson. Has he already said who his DC is going to be? This is breaking and fluid, so he hasn't? Okay.
No, the only breaking news is Johnson. That's probably who Bear Broski wants, I'm assuming. Because he said
So, former Saints head coach Dennis Allen, leading candidate for Bears DC and Bears start in quote, star-studded staff that he's putting together.
Yeah, lead candidate.
Yeah. So yeah, Matt, that's why we hopped on. What are people's thoughts? I know Broski's not happy. Mike, what about you? Are you happy with Ben Johnson?
I'm definitely happy with Ben Johnson. Offensive mind. I mean, he's been offered, or not offered, but he was thinking about going on head coach for a few years now. But this year he actually said he's actually ready.
Yeah, I had my misgivings, and then he grew on me as time went on over the last 5 or 6 games of the season. The playoff loss wasn't necessarily on him this weekend. They just got throttled by a team that's hot. They're hiring Woody as the QB coach. I am not displeased with this. Like, look at Bears Twitter. I know you're watching. Please get in the comments, because Bears Twitter was very vocal after the Thanksgiving game about wanting Ben Johnson as the new head coach. There are many, many, many people on Bears Twitter that have been screaming for Ben Johnson. I kind of called it last week, right? Hey, the Lions will go one and done, and we'll hire Ben Johnson next week. Broski remembered me talking about that last week. I'm not unhappy. It's just not for me. It depends on who's his DC going to be. Who are his other coaches going to be? What other staff is he bringing with from Detroit? Is he going to be bringing like his assistant in Detroit with him and making him the OC, which would make sense to me, right? Who's the QB coach going to be? Who's the offensive line coach going to be? What's he going to do with the running back coach? What are the defensive coaches going to look like? Special teams, because our special teams ranked like 28th or 29th in the league last year. So Broski, we all do. I mean, I think we'll have a coaching staff by the end of the week, honestly. Yeah, I'm happy we didn't get AG, Matt. But look at this is the first shoe that dropped for the Lions with losing this game on Saturday. Is now Ben Johnson's a Bear. So the Lions losing is our gain because now we get our head coach a couple weeks early, right? Had they gone to the Super Bowl and Ben Johnson was going to be our guy, we need to be able to talk to him for like another 3 weeks. So now we've got 3 additional weeks with Ben Johnson to get ready for free agency, the draft. It's a good thing for Chicago that we are able to get our coach this early. I mean, you know what, Matt? You're right. You can't be worse than Eberflus. Oh, I love that comment. So yeah, big breaking news out of Chicago. We're giving some people some time to get in here with some more comments. Bears Twitter, let us know what you think. I know we got a bunch of you in here on Bears Twitter watching, or if you're just on Twitter in general, give us your thought. Dre is a happy man right now. I am interested to see the staff. We already know that who is it, Broski? You brought it up. I'm looking that Dennis Allen could be the DC. He's one of the potential guys there. I don't think it's going to be Robert Saleh. San Francisco just backed up the Brinks truck to him to make him the highest paid DC in the NFL. So I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, huge breaking news. Look, even my phone is going off with it. Crazy. So yeah, give us your thoughts. Ben Johnson, now the new head coach of the Chicago Bears. I know Mike's probably busy putting something together. We'll bring that up in a few, and making sure that this gets shared out to people. Man, it did not take long, did it, boys? What do you mean by BD, Dre? Some context. Broski says, don't get me wrong. I hope it works out. I want him to work out. I think even Bears fans who didn't want Ben Johnson are feeling the same way. For sure. Matt says, curious who else he brings in and does he have enough control to make us a champion? I really think this team isn't that far away, man. If you look at our offensive line and you look at the offensive line of the Commanders, skill-wise, not much difference in the personnel. Skill-wise, it's coaching. Coaching's what failed us this year big time in Chicago. So it'll be a question, how quickly can he get his systems in place and turn this franchise around to be a playoff contender, Super Bowl contender, and start winning some games. So definitely some excitement. There's going to be some excitement in the fan base. That's why we came on impromptu with this live, looking to get more feedback on what you guys are thinking. Yeah, amazing day. Amazing day. We now have a head coach. We no longer have to wait. Mike, have you heard anything else?
I haven't heard nothing else. No, the only thing that I got an update on was Caleb Williams posted on Instagram. I'm not sure what he said. I told Bill a few hours ago, like from quite a few big sources, like I've got left and right about Ben Johnson going to the Bears. So it didn't take long after that.
Yeah, Caleb Williams liked the post that said that we were finalizing the deal to hire Ben Johnson. So we already know Caleb was on board, right? Because of when he got man-tied, with the catfish. So we already knew he was on board. Darren says, congrats, raise the glass, good move, and now hire some stud players. I think we have some stud players, Darren, but yeah, we definitely need to get some more on the line in the D. Dan says, I'm shocked. Bear fan Dan, he's exactly who he was hoping for. It's a rarity. The Bears gave Dan exactly what he was looking for because more times than not, we have not gotten what we were looking for. Matt had to call his sugar mom and said, wait, this is breaking news. All this on inauguration day. This is a great day in America, let me tell you. We have a head coach in Chicago. Look at expectations are beat Green Bay, have a winning record, at some point win the division, get to the playoffs, and bring us to Lombardi. Could he bring Mark Brunell in to be the QB coach? If Brunell is not under contract anywhere else, yeah, he could. He could. That's going to be an interesting one, Darren, because some of the Lions fans, well, he'll just hire they'll just promote from within his assistant. Well, if Ben brings his assistant in to become the new OC in Chicago, it's a promotion, and the Lions can't stop it. So it will be interesting to see what the Lions do. The Lions are also going to be looking for a DC. The nice thing about getting Ben now is this. Vrabel got hired last week. He's already trying to fill out his coaching staff. Now the Bears are filling out their coaching staff with their head coach. We have the pick of the litter when it comes to OCs, DCs, and coaches that are going to be available. So he should be able to assemble a great staff. What happens to Thomas Brown? And who will be the DC? Thomas Brown's been interviewing for OC positions in the league, and in the DC, there's a couple rumors already. Ashley, one of the rumors is Dennis Allen could become the new DC. He's a front runner for that position. The next couple days will tell us that, or maybe even the next couple hours. Who knows how quickly they move. I think Johnson does bring some of his people with him for sure, Darren. He probably brings some of his coaches that he can. Now, if it's a lateral promotion, he really can't. He has to promote them. So if you were the assistant running back coach, he can now bring you to Chicago as the running back coach, for example. Will there be playoff expectations for Ben? Let me keep that up there for a minute. Initially, that's a good question. I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, Mike, what's your expectations?
My expectations was be better than last year, and unfortunately that didn't work out. I mean, at the beginning of the season, we started off 4-2, and then just everything went wrong. So I think it's got to be a better year than the previous year. I think we got to get at least 10 wins, preferably.
Yeah, I think my expectations is to be better than last year and to be around the 8 to 11 win mark and be a dark horse for the play. Be a playoff contender, if not get in the playoffs. I think that would probably be reasonably expectation with the roster he has. Like, be an 8 to 10 win teams, and like you don't have to get in the playoffs, but at least be a threat to make the playoffs. I don't think we can bring Florence in the BDC because that's a lateral promotion, unless Minnesota fires him, which I don't think they are, Matt. Yeah, I think that might work, Broski. I think that might work. That might be something good to do right there. Yeah. Patrick, oh God, please don't bring up Trestman again. Please. Ashley said year 2. Yeah, year 2, you should be a playoff team. I think, we want to do better. Look, they might surprise us and be a playoff team next year. But definitely I want to see 8 to 10 wins next year, I think, with the roster he's got. I want to see progression out of Caleb. I want to see progression out of this team. That's definitely what I want to see. So Broski asked JB. Oh. Okay, I spoke in class. I don't get what that. It's a private conversation probably. Yeah, I think it'll be a 4 or 5 year contract. That's usually what they are, Ashley. Obviously, the conditions in terms of the contract aren't out yet, just that they're finalizing it. We'll see. I think, look, and this reverberates further within the division, right? Because now Detroit needs to find a new OC. I mean, they kind of already knew this was going to happen. They kind of had to figure they were going to lose at least one of their coordinators. Their worst case scenario was probably to lose both. Well, here it is, not even 48 hours after you've been eliminated from the playoffs, after you were the number 1 seed this year and you've lost your OC. Now they're going to have to find a new one after after Ben Johnson's done raiding the coffers, as it were. And now they'll have to wait and see if AG leaves as well. So, the big news, of course, if you're just tuning in, thank you for tuning into this impromptu live broadcast. The Bears have hired Ben Johnson to be the next coach of the Chicago Bears. They are finalizing the contract. This has been broken by NFL itself, as well as all the new normal actors. So this is a legit thing. Your ears are not deceiving you. Ben Johnson will be the next head coach of the Chicago Bears. Please get in the comments. Let us know what you think and what your expectations are. We want to hear what you're thinking. Let me see if I can get into see if I got any other comments from X here. Oops. Matt Sun said that Johnson was the number 2 and the OC from Tampa was his number 1. Okay, so he's probably happy. I know some people are liking this on Bears Twitter. Let us know what you think, guys. There we go. Steve says, "F yeah, let's F and go." Broski says, "I wonder if Poles is choosing the DC." I think Poles has already shown he lets the head coach do that. I think Ben Johnson will pick his staff, but he may confer with Poles maybe for some guidance or for information. Matt's son is happy. Dennis Allen is now the DC. Is this confirmed? Can someone else please confirm? Not that I don't trust JB, but can we please confirm that Dennis Allen is the DC, or where did you see this, JB? When it's fast, it's furious. I'm not seeing it posted anywhere else yet.
No, I don't see it as of yet, but sometimes JB does have some good connects.
Yeah, he's saying that Shefty's announced it. So there's your prodigy for DC. Dennis Allen, if this is correct, the new defensive coordinator for Chicago Bears.
I technically haven't seen it. The only thing I've seen about Dennis Allen was he's the lead candidate, but we'll just have to wait and see. Might be here shortly, but I haven't got nothing yet.
Yeah,
Johnson's been in the NFL since 2012, and he started with a quarterback coach, and that's exactly what Caleb needs. That's what we need as fans.
I'm going to see if I can find.
I don't follow Scheffner, so there's only a few others that I actually follow to get the 100% because I don't like the troll posts.
Why am I not seeing? Yeah, I'm not seeing it yet either.
No, I didn't mean Dennis Allen. Ben Johnson, who I was talking about. He was a quarterback coach back in 2013 for the Dolphins. Two minutes ago, I got Bears finalizing deal with hire. That's it. I don't have anything on the DC or the OC.
What's up? Yeah, I haven't got any breaking news on it. What's up, Chad? We have a new head coach, Ben Johnson, as head coach. We're trying to verify whether Allen is now the defensive coordinator. I guess Shefty said that. Yep. And we're trying to see if Adam Schefter. I haven't seen anything that he's posted for that.
No, I haven't seen anything either.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. He hasn't posted anything on Twitter about it yet. Oh, here we go. Oh, it just says he's the leading candidate.
Yeah, that's all I got too, lead candidate. Welcome to the show.
I do have it on Twitter.
You have it on Twitter? It hasn't came across Bleacher Report
From
yet.
Schefter?
Yeah, I do have it. Yep.
Well, I'm on Schefter's page right now. I see where he's hired. They're hiring. I see his head coach post. I don't see his post that they're hiring Dennis Allen. I see the post that he did at the leading candidate is Dennis Allen.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, it just says he's the leading candidate.
Yeah, not a hire yet, because I got something 2 minutes ago too saying Dennis Allen, defensive coordinator. He'd be really good for the system. But I mean, all I'm seeing is hearsay right now. I haven't got anything set in stone. I mean, it could happen, but I haven't seen anything. The only thing I keep seeing is final touches is on the contract for Ben Johnson in Chicago.
Well, we haven't confirmed that yet, Chad. We're trying to confirm that now. It was reported that Shefty had set up. The only thing Shefty said is that Dennis Allen is the leading candidate to be the new DC in Chicago. So, yeah, we're all looking for the same thing. But so Ben Johnson gets his first head coaching gig. What a first job to get. I mean, honestly. Yeah, this is quite the job he just picked up.
It's going to be an interesting dynamic from a Viking fan perspective. We heard the rumors that this could, he could force Poles out. What's the dynamic going to be like off the field, in-house?
Wait, what? I'm sorry. Say that again, Matt.
There was the rumor going around that Poles did not want Ben Johnson because he would force Poles out.
Yeah, I don't buy any of that crap, honestly. Because here's the thing, like with the way that a lot of the sports media works these days, like with Ben Johnson, right? Joe was convinced he was coming to the Raiders because of an article that said so and had all these ties. Jacksonville damn near already said he was the head coach because all the links and people who talked and then there were the people who said in the Bears media, in those articles that Poles and Ben Johnson hit it off and they're best buds now. So like, it's like you find me any story in the NFL, and depending on what city's targeted for, it's going to say something different. You know what I mean? So I don't buy into that he'd force Poles out because look at Poles, if you look at his track record of bringing in talent, has brought in talent. That's why his assistant GM is being hired for GM gigs. That's why, the team is where it's at right now, personnel wise. He's got players. So I don't think would force him out. I think they're going to get along fine, obviously, or he wouldn't have hired him. So yeah, I don't necessarily buy into those types of rumors.
It's going to be interesting to see what he says in his opening presser there.
Well, I know one thing he'll say, beat Green Bay, because that's what they all say.
Well, that was like Poles said, we're going to take the North over and never give it back. My question to Poles is when we taking it.
So the Colts hired also while we're on the Colts, because JB said it earlier, but I'll actually say it so everyone hears it. The Colts have hired former Bengals defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo as their new DC per sources. So 2 hirings in the league today. The Colts get a new C, the Bears get a new head coach. And we're waiting to see if they're going to announce any more staff positions for the Bears being filled.
Hey, when was that announcement? Because I didn't see that for sure. Ken.
About
Wait,
40?
which announcement? The one I just read?
Yeah.
The Colts announcement came 37 minutes ago. So right before the Ben Johnson one, but it wasn't that big of a news, so it didn't get pushed out like to Bleacher Report and that stuff. I mean, it's a DC hire. It's not like the biggest news.
Sure.
It is if you're a Colts fan, which we know a Colts fan, Sean, but so yeah, big breaking news here. Let's see if we get any more comments from Twitter.
Schefter is saying this about Aaron Glenn. Both the Jets and the Saints are interested in him.
That wouldn't surprise me. I've heard about the Saints for a while. I've been hearing those rumors because I live down here in the Panhandle of Florida. So we've been hearing that rumor for a little bit.
Hey, Chesterton, was that a Scheffner thing 41 minutes ago?
Yep. The thing.
Well, he said they've been busy assembling a star-studded coaching staff.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it says. It doesn't say anything about hiring them.
Yeah, I just see the picture and just.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's probably his top candidate for DC. You know what I mean? Because it's got a couple names up there. It says Dennis Allen, Darian Rizzi, and Hank Fraley.
I'm wondering because here's the question though. Let me pose this to you guys. So Robert Saleh was offered a massive contract to be the DC of the San Francisco 49ers. Is there a chance that maybe he comes to Chicago instead, and that's why he hasn't accepted the 49er deal yet?
Anything could happen, possibly.
The 49ers this year, it was no secret about it. The 49ers just were terrible. I mean, talk about a team bit by the injury bug. McCarthy couldn't keep, or CMC wasn't healthy pretty much this entire season. They were just losing it. And the 49ers got upset at Viking home opener. And no one saw that coming. Everyone thought the 49ers were supposed to be good.
Some Lion fans are upset about it.
Some comments from Twitter, from Bears Twitter. Sports News ASAP goes Ben Johnson with 1,000 exclamation points. K-Stack 715. Okay, I'm actually excited. A lot of people are asking who will be the new OC. Bears bum, bro. Ben Johnson signed immediately after the Lions season and interviews and is on a plane ride here. It's always the Bears. Yeah, they're Chase Daniel, Ben Johnson to the Bears. This really throws a wrench in the coaching carousel. These are just some of the reactions from Bears Twitter. So it looks like Bears Twitter overall, King Poles does it again, says Captain Caleb.
That's my question, though. Did Poles actually hire him, or was it the McCaskey?
Well, they said that this would be Poles' hire. So yeah, if you know. Ben MF Johnson. I love some of these Twitter guys. He changed his name to Ben MF Johnson. We about to flip this MFer around. That's hilarious.
Okay, so there's this one person on Twitter. Their name is Red. So let me get this straight. Ben Johnson calls the worst game of the season, including the worst playing call, letting J-Mo air it out 10. The Lions lose, and now he can take an HC job immediately. Yeah, something ain't adding up.
Well, you don't think Dan Campbell has any say-so on what they're doing on, like, fourth down and other situations? It's not just the OC.
Obviously, to them.
Because who made that call? Does he make the trickery plays all the time, or is it more Campbell?
I think it's Campbell. I do think it's Campbell.
I agree, too.
Well, here's something else to think about here. when they interviewed St. Brown like a week or two ago. No, it was after the Monday night game. And St. Brown got interviewed. He was gushing over the play calling of Ben Johnson. I mean, his offensive players loved him. So, I mean, he was well respected in that locker room. He drew up all the trick plays. The stumble fumble was all him. Yeah, okay, the trick play he did with J-Mo throwing the ball didn't work, but dude, we tried that with Keenan Allen. That's probably where he got the play from. So I mean, he was responsible for a lot of that. But yeah, if you're on X, and I hope you're tuning in on X, let us know what you're thinking. Put your comments in there. We'll get them up on the screen. It's big news here with the Bears hiring Ben Johnson as the head coach. We're starting to get information about some of the people being considered to finish out the staff. I know folks on Bears Twitter are already concerned about, hey, who's the O-line coach going to be? Who's the who's going to be the defensive coordinator? Who's going to be the quarterback coach? All this should play out over the next couple days. I have a feeling they'll move pretty quickly. They pounced really quickly to get Ben.
Lions Twitter's just losing it.
Oh yeah.
Someone said he's honorable, unlike that disloyal scumbag Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson decided to forego being a head coach last year to give them another shot at it. So
the Commanders were supposed to get him.
Comatose Caleb posts, is King Cole's back?
Oh, it was nice to hop on with you guys.
There was all that talk about Tom Brady, and he shouldn't be calling the game because he could be influencing Ben Johnson. Okay. That is funny. Really funny. Yeah, let us know what you think. If you're on Bears Twitter, get in the comments. Let us know what you think. If you're YouTube, Facebook, let us know what you think. Did we just lose? Yeah, we dropped off.
Something happened with his connection or something, but he just left.
Yeah, they will get salty just like they were Saturday night. I get it. I get it, dude. Look, if you're a Lions fan, you should be salty to a degree. It hurts. I get it.
And he went to a divisional opponent.
He threw that game to get his butt in Chicago. Only Dorn.
Hey, we could say this, Ken. It's an even trade, Monty for Johnson. I agree.
Oh yeah, there you go. We gave you Ben we gave you Monty. You gave us Ben Johnson. Yeah, there you go. Wow. So yeah, I expect this team to be an 8 to 10 win team next year. Maybe 11 games. Look, could we be a playoff team with Ben Johnson if we fix certain things? Yeah, sure. At least now we've got a way forward, and we've got an offensive-minded coach, which is what a lot of Bears fans wanted. A ton of Bears fans wanted. Let's be real. Now it just comes down to, do we get the right DC, and how quickly does this team get to running? Will it take 1, 2, 3 games in the season for everything to settle in? How competitive are we going to be with the Packers, the Vikings, and the Lions? Obviously, the Lions are going to have issues because they need a new OC at minimum, maybe an OC and DC. The Vikings are not without their own issues with their personnel, and the Packers should get better. So, how quickly is this team going to be ready to compete based off what we saw this year with Eberflus and then the interim, who coached all 6 of the division games? I could see this team being very competitive. JB says 8 to 10 if we improve the O-line. Yep. Caleb posted. He liked the Instagram post. That's what we've heard from Caleb. So they're calling that Caleb's endorsement. Like I said before with this O-line. Wait a minute. Yep, that's right. There, that's right, John. Everyone gets 10 wins again next year. I mean, look at like I said with this O line, I don't think he needs to improve it much. It's maybe a right guard, maybe a left tackle, maybe some depth and an edge rusher, and he'll be fine. And if you look at what Kingsbury got out of his O line in DC, which has a similar talent level to what there is in Chicago, a lot could be said about our lack of coaching. So fans wanting to know who the O-line coaches are going to be and whatnot, it is pertinent because that's going to make a huge impact on what happens. Yeah, there you go, Jermaine. We want all the damn smoke, right? If you guys didn't see the Caleb clip from the Brown show, he told St. Brown he wants the smoke, and great interview. And St. Brown said, well, we beat you twice. And Caleb goes, yeah, you got us, but you're going to be there a while. And St. Brown's like, huh? He's like, well, you just signed an extension. And then St. Brown said, oh, yeah, but you're going to be there a while. And Caleb goes, I know. You just got to love it. You just got to love it. Our O-line is still our Achilles heel. Yeah, I think it just needs better coaching and a couple, Steve. I don't think we need to replace everyone. We just need a couple new guys, maybe one, at least a right guard at minimum, probably a left tackle if we still have injury issues there, and some depth. Probably 3 O-linemen need to be added to this roster, maybe 4, and an edge rusher for sure. Everyone has been warned, Jermaine. You're correct. Not confirmed yet, Adam. We're trying to confirm that Dennis Allen is going to be the DC. He's on the short list from what's being reported from Adam Schefter. We have nothing concrete on that yet. If anyone finds it, please let us know.
I haven't left Bleacher Report. I'm on it.
Yeah. Thank you, Matt. Hey, the Bears won as many playoff games as the rest of the division this year. Yeah, the Bears are the only team in the division that hasn't lost in 2025. Also facts. Let me get to JB's comment. You guys are going fast. Yeah, but JB, you kind of thank you for that, but you also kind of knew it was coming. JB knew. He knew he was going to lose some coordinators this year. Credit to JB for not flying off the handle about it because he knew. He knew it was going to happen. He definitely knew it was going to happen. Oh, Jesus. There goes Dorn. Hey, Dorn, you played one more game than us this year, man. Not much to talk about at this point. Broski with the Moski, getting ready to rock out. So, yeah, there's the news. Ben Johnson, officially the head coach of the Chicago Bears. An all-star coaching staff is being assembled. JB says, I knew about it. Yeah, but AG might not be gone. I don't know. But okay, yeah, this was fast. But can you blame the Bears, JB, with all the linkage to other teams being reported in the media? How the Raiders and Jacksonville, Poles knew what he wanted. Hey, Broski, remember our conversation last week? And you're like, hey, we don't have a plan. It makes us look like this, that, and the other. The second our guy became available, the Bears pounced. The Bears pounced. Luca says, congratulations to the Bears. Thank you, Luca. Yeah, AG's got the Jets today, the Saints tomorrow. Yeah, I think he's going to be gone. Joe says, go Bears. He's a happy man. Damn, Hendon Hooker is greater than Jordan Love. Okay, them fighting words, Packer fans, Matt. You were praying that Mike McCarthy would come so we'd suck. Okay. He was decisive. Broski, you better call him up, dude. You got the direct line to Hallis. Give him the call, man. Give him the call. Give him a call. So, yeah, I mean, there's nothing new to report, I don't think. Mike, you got anything else? Keep leaving your comments. Let us know what you think. We'll keep updating as you are. We'll get off here in a few minutes, though. Wow, what a day. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything new from Adam Schefter.
Just a bunch of stuff from the new hire from everybody posting. But
Yeah, just call me
Matthew said earlier about the Ben Johnson, like he wants some kind of control, but at the end of the day, a head coach always looks up to the GM. GM always looks higher to the upper staff, which is Warren.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. I even posted on X about a week ago or 2 weeks ago. It was an interview with McCaskey, and they were asking, well, some head coaches might not want to come here because, basically, to paraphrase, they don't know what the chain of command is. And he looked at him like, are you fucking stupid? Like, here's how we work. The head coach reports to the GM, who reports to the president of football operations, Kevin Warren, and Kevin Warren reports to me as the ownership group. It's a vertical. I mean, it's easy. And then they asked him to say, but how's it going to be? He's like, do I really need to explain it again? It was just the media trying to create media issues. So look, I love that the Bears did this now. All the clickbait and all the conspiracy theories and the rumor mills can stop. Ben Johnson is now the head coach of the Chicago Bears. I would suspect probably today's what is today? Monday? By Friday, we probably have an idea, if we don't already know for sure, who our DC, OC, and some of the coaches are. I'm sure he's going to want to fill it out pretty fast so he can get who he wants. We'll see who's on the list for everything. I'm looking forward to it. What's Lucas says? Just don't be mad if you get the reverse pitch, jet sweep, pitch back, double pass to a backup right tackle.
Our right tackles can't catch, so we don't have anything to worry about that.
No, he can block. He just can't catch. But you know what, though, Mike? We were talking about this yesterday. We'll see more use of Cole Kmet now.
Yes, definitely. I mean, he was underused this year for sure. But you also got to look at the other weapons, too. They got like Swift, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen. Then Rome came in, had a decent year. So, I mean, that's a lot of weapons to feed.
Yeah, he's got more weapons here than he had there, I think.
But I think we definitely got to update the offensive line. We have decent pieces, but we need more to it. They tried to put the pieces together last year, and a couple of moves just didn't work out. I mean, the only one that I thought worked out was Shelton. Davis was a bust.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's going to happen. You know what I mean?
So I think, like, what's the status on our left tackle? Is he even going to be back in time for the season?
Talking about Jones?
Jones, yeah.
They haven't got an update on it, but I doubt it. I think he's probably going to miss the first few games. The question is how many. So they definitely got to adjust the tackle position until he comes back.
Yeah, I would say I'm happy with Shelton unless there can be an upgrade. We probably I'm happy with Pryor at right guard, to be honest with you. He played really well when he was at right guard. But I think we want a new right guard. We probably want a left tackle that can also play left guard. I want a guy who can start the season at left tackle and then be a left guard as needed when Tevin Jenkins is injured. And then I want us to basically get a right guard, a left tackle, and a left guard. Actually, those would be my three I want. If I can get an upgrade at center, great. And then I want an edge rusher.
Right. Only thing I'm down on Jenkins is his healthiness. Like, he cannot stay healthy, but when he's playing, he's on the mark. Like, I seen this stat literally today, and I was like, oh, wow, he actually played 14 games. I didn't think he played that many. I had to go back and look, and I was like, if he can stay healthier and, like, actually play a full year and not be on the injury list every week, it wouldn't be a bad signing. But I don't think it's good for the big payday.
I don't think he'll command a big payday because we remember before the season started last year, he talked about his health being an issue, and now part of his goal was to be healthier. So I think he's in full account. And Broski, I don't know. I like our left tackle. I mean, this is going to be year 4 for him now. He's a good left tackle.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
definitely
right
not a
guard.
bad tackle. He's just like you said, everybody says, and he says he's just got to stay healthy.
Left tackle, I mean, he's been healthy for the most part.
This year, we drafted him not even healthy, so they were already knowing what they got themselves into.
No, he played all of last, but this year he played the whole season except for like what the last 2 games. Last year he played the whole season.
Wouldn't say the whole season. He's been hurt half his career pretty much.
Now,
Except
we'll look
for
at the numbers on that.
this year that he was stayed healthy for the most part, might have bumped him up. But before that, he was unhealthy half his career.
Yeah, he missed time during games, Broski. That's why I said left tackle, left guard, right guard. Those are the 3 positions we look at, right? Those are the 3 offensive line positions we look at. And if we can get an upgrade at center, great. But I think Shelton worked out pretty well. The nice thing I think about keeping Shelton too is consistency with Caleb. Oh, there's Haspels. Hey, Haspels, how many Super Bowls are in that trophy case up there in Minnesota, eh? How's it feel to be the first team in NFL history with the 14 wins to lose in lose in the wild card round, eh? You shouldn't be coming to talk smack when you have no smack you can talk, Rob.
Did that trophy case survive the dome smash?
I'm telling you, man. Vikings.
No, they did have a good year, though. I mean, we all thought that they would be at the bottom of the.
You know what's great about the Vikings having good years? Last time they won 13 games, yeah, they lost to the New York Giants in the wild card round. This year they win 14 games, yeah, losing in the wild card round. So basically, what we're learning about the Vikings is they can't get past, no matter what the record or how good they think they are, against the wild card round. So okay, Rob, bring back Ginger Jesus, spend that money. Well, like I said, Brax, I mean, look at Broski, we can agree or disagree on this one. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, I'm agreeing with you. We need to get a left tackle, left guard, right guard, maybe in that order. And you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think right guard, because I just brain farted his name, though. When he was in, he was really good. So maybe
Braxton Jones' stats is not that bad. Like, some people don't like PFF, but he scored 77.4, 20th.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's not terrible. And on the pass block, he was 80.8.
Yeah, see, like prior to, I think Bates is good. You know what, though? Look, here's the thing about Bates. Let's turn some lemons into lemonade on Bates. He'll be a role guy. He'll be a backup guy, which is good for depth. Bates at minimum is going to be good for depth.
Right. The only thing Braxton's got to work on is not too many penalties. He got 7 this year. He needs to work on that for sure. And he allowed 5 sacks, I think. I think he only allowed 5 sacks, so that's not
something
terrible.
Like that. No, and Broski, I agree with that right there. Bates and Pryor are backup interior linemen, unless we have to use Pryor as a starting right guard if we can't find one. Yes, I don't have a problem with Pryor being the starting right guard, but like I said, maybe we need a left tackle, left guard. If you can get an upgrade at center and right guard, great. But maybe those are the 2. It's funny how this has shifted throughout the year. Well, we'll see what Ben Johnson does as a coach, how he improves that line just through his coaching and his offense. You know, his offense itself is going to improve this team a lot on offensive line. I mean, like I said, look at what Kingsbury's doing with similar talent in DC and how good they look compared to how the Bears offensive line looks. Bro, when Broski makes up his mind, Mike, Broski makes up his mind. You're not going to convince him.
No, I mean, I can agree with him on the pressures because the pressures were a little high. It was 26 total, but I mean, stats don't lie. You might think he's getting blown by or something.
Chris Brown asked, who did the Bears hire? Chris, we hired Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson is now the new head coach of the Chicago Bears. There it is. Thank you, Mike, for putting it up. While you're doing that, I'm going to check Schefter again. See if we've got any more. Leslie Frazier just interviewed with the Cowboys. Okay, great. No, nothing else.
Yeah, I just still see him finalizing the contract. That's still all I see.
Yeah. All right, Broski goes to, let's see how Broski breaks it down. I go left tackle, defensive end. A center, and then a guard with the first 4 picks. I mean, I don't know about center, but yeah, I'm Broski, we're not far off. I agree with most of with that. I'm not sure about the center position. I don't mind keeping Shelton. Plus, it's familiarity with Caleb, so it's less changeover for Caleb. He was a massive improvement over what we had before him. And I think having to compensate for the left and right guards most of the season probably hurt his numbers a little bit. He is the only offensive lineman that played every snap of the season.
Not to mention, if you look at free agency, he's pretty much the top guy for free agency for the most part.
Yeah, the only guy who's higher than him is the kid from Atlanta, and Dahlman.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
No, Atlanta's not going to let that guy get out of the building with Penix as their starter. Hell no. He's not going. They're not going to let him go. Not at all. So I mean, Shelton's serviceable, more than serviceable. So yeah. Yeah, I wonder how mad Tom Brady is today that Ben Johnson's a Bear coach. Love to get some more comments from Bears Twitter. Let us know what you guys are thinking from Twitterverse. And I'll give Bears Twitter some credit, man. Bears Twitter, even with the playoffs, man, they are live, man. They are always talking to Bears Twitter. There is never a dull day in Bears Twitter, ever. I don't know. Look at Shelton ranks in the top and better than the top half in the NFL for centers in grading and skill. So I don't know about that, Broski. I'm going to disagree with you on that. I think we've got a pretty good center, and we need some a right guard and left guard that are consistent around him. He'll be fine. You may say that, Damien, or some will. I mean, look, here's what we learned about the Bears this year, okay? And trust me, no one learned it better than me. Never say never when it comes to Chicago Bears anymore. Because I said we will never fire Eberflus during the season because the Bears do not fire coaches during the season. Well, after Thanksgiving game, for the first time in 105 years, we fired Matt Eberflus during the season. So everything you thought you knew about the Bears, you can take that and chuck it out the window because they've shown that history means nothing. Let me see if I can go in and get some more responses out of Bears Twitter here.
And not to mention, Shelton only had 4 penalties last year and only gave up 3 sacks. I mean, his grading could be a little higher, but it's not terrible. His overall grade was 66. It's still in the green. Pass blocking, 68. Run blocking, 66.
Tanner, who I follow on different Tanner. Tanner on Bears Twitter says Bears' choice was always. Oh, Ben's choice was always the Bears, man. Always. They didn't even need to get him into the building to do a real interview because it was always the Bears. What a day. Mr. L7 Weenie says, feels like the Bears were given a second chance. They messed it up last year, keeping Fluss. Could have easily lost Johnson then. So glad they righted their wrong.
Do you really think they would hire a DC
Today?
or an OC today, not even having the contract done with Ben? Don't you think Ben would have a little say-so in the
Well, no, I mean, they could if Ben says this is who I want my DC to be, and they could do both today, I'm sure. I mean, there is a possibility. I wouldn't expect it, but there is definitely.
Oh, because if that was the case, it'd have to be like over the phone call You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they ain't got no kind of interviews or nothing for that. It was interviews for head coach, nothing to do with head or OCs or DCs.
Yeah, it'd be interesting
I
to
mean,
see.
anything could happen.
Yeah, definitely anything could happen. Yeah, that's big news today. Oh, I'm sorry, Broski. Let me get back to your comments.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, well, Tevin's contract's up,
Yep.
Damien, but I think we'll re-sign him. We might. Okay. We might hear tonight. He's just Ben now. Yeah, but I thought it was Ben the Nerd Neck Johnson, broski. Wasn't that your name for him? Not Ben Johnson, not BJ. He's Ben, and he's not Nerd Neck either, right? Do I need to pull up your comments from this morning, broski? I wouldn't do that, Tim. All right, so we got about 4 minutes left, and we're going to call it a day on this special live broadcast here with the Bears hiring Ben Johnson, or as Broski says, we have hired Ben to be our new head coach in Chicago. We should find out in the coming hours, days. Oh, there you go. Wait. Ben, he's dropping the tiny little nerd part of the name. We will find out here probably next hours and days about the rest of the support staff. No, that's okay. Okay.
He's been talking to Dorn a little too much.
Yeah, he's been smoking that Dorn stuff. Him and
No,
Dorn
he got his truck driving license. Congratulations, buddy.
Oh, congrats.
You're not hallucinating yet, are you?
Yeah, so Broski's dropped. So look, he's earned high praise from Broski because Broski dropped tiny little nerd from his title. So now he's just Ben. As proclaimed by Broski with the Moski. You know what? That would not surprise me, Damien. It really wouldn't surprise me. I mean, we're less than 48 hours out from the Lions being eliminated, and the first regular business day of the work week before close of business. You know, this broke about an hour and a half ago. We've got him hired as a head coach. Because remember, they had to complete the Rooney Rule, so they interviewed Eddie George. Had him in the building, interviewed him, said, okay, thanks. Then they called up Ben and said, hey, you ready to sign this contract? That's probably what happened. So, hey, don't forget, we got about 2 minutes up. WCFL Dolphins is up next on the network. If you're watching on the network, it's a Dolphins show. If you're watching us on the Huddle Sports Network or on Amazon or on Roku, they're on there. They're also on YouTube and X. Please, watch a Dolphin show. A bunch of great guys. Paul's a phenomenal fan, diehard Dolphins fan, season ticket holder. They're up here in about a minute and a half. Any last thoughts before we close it out, Mike?
No, I'm good. Just can't wait until Wednesday. Might have something else to talk about too.
Yep. Don't forget to tune in Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central, 8 on the East for Hal's Hall Report, and tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. on the East for Ken and Ken in the Morning, where we will most definitely be talking about that. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you all later. Have a great day and bear down.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla, Grosef Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and Maniacs. The nightly podcasts are Hallis Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports. Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, the Michigan Truth Sports Podcast, Off the Rails, NFC Northeast, Power Hours, and Detroit Lions News. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hope you like all the shows.